Hi class, welcome to the video Understanding the Midterm Exam. This video will take you through step by step how to prepare for the exam and how to take the exam. Let's get started. So we'll be discussing four different topics in this video: the location of the exam itself and the materials to prepare for the exam, an overview of what the midterm exam will consist of, what it'll look like, how you should prepare for the exam, and how you should take the exam. First, let's discuss where the exam itself is located as well as the materials to prepare. As you can probably guess, all the materials as well as the link for the exam will be in the assignments folder on the course materials page. So here you see after you click on the assignments folder, the second folder down is the theory midterm. And if you click in there, you'll see some additional materials. Specifically, you'll see the study guide, you'll see this video, Understanding the Midterm. You'll see something called Case Studies in Educational Psychology, where we're going to pull a case study out of. You'll see the midterm case study questions for the case study. And after November 10th, you'll see the link to submit the exam or to take the exam. Let's talk about a little bit, I'll provide a little bit of an overview of what the exam is going to be like. Let's talk about your theory midterm, and this is the study guide that's in the assignment folder. It's worth 25% of your grade, and it's meant to cover the theory we've explored up to this point in the course. So all the theories and the related strategies that align with them. And you'll remember way back at the start of the course, I talked about how it was important to understand that strategies come out of theories. That's the connection. You have something like operant conditioning, that's a theory, and you have the strategy of rewards and punishments in the classroom. That's a strategy. They're connected. The theory midterm is available in the course shell on Wednesday, March 30th, and due by midnight on Tuesday, April 5th. It can be accepted up to a week late with a 10% point deduction. It cannot be revised and submitted. It's open book, open notes. You can have your textbook there. You can have internet sites. The only thing you can't have is you can't work with another person. It consists of two parts. Part one is online content, a 2-hour timed portion with multiple choice, true, false, matching, short answer, and essay. It's totally online, and it must be taken in one session. So you can't stop it and start it again. If your system suddenly crashes, which I've had happen at least once a semester, email me and we'll find a way to start it. But you don't get up and leave and then come back in 2 hours. You have to take it in one 2-hour session. If you have a documented accommodation through the Office of Accessibility, please email me the paperwork and a reminder, and I will make accommodations for you. Part two is where you read a case study, and you're going to respond in a way that it requires you to apply theory to that case study. Now, even though this is called part two, you're actually going to do this the first part of the week. Do your case study, type it up in a Word document, and save it to your computer. When you sit down to take part two, you're going to copy and paste your response into an exam window in part one when you're prompted to do so. So again, do the case study first, save it in a Word document, have it available as you're taking part one, and you'll know it'll say paste your case study here. The format of the online portion, part one, consists of 17 multiple choice questions at 2 points each for 4 points, 3 true-false questions for 2 points each at 6 points, 10 items and 1 matching question, 10 points, 1 short answer at 5 points, 1 essay at 15 points. Students worry about the essay part. But if you know the material, the essay should not be a problem. I rarely have students who don't finish this portion in the 2 hours allotted. and then the 30 points for the case study. For a total of 100 points, there will be a 5-point extra credit on the exam as well. The case study centers around a case called Rich Thorpe, and again the case study is in the assignments folder, in the midterm folder in the assignments section. And you read the entire case study. You do this before you take your online portion. And then there's a file called Be the Psychologist that asks you to apply motivational theory to respond to the case study. So you're going to read the case study, then you're going to fill that out and have it nearby as you take the online exam so you can copy and paste it when prompted to do so. Again, that part 2 case study is worth 30 points. Let's talk about how you should prepare for the exam. Well, first of all, I've given you guiding topics and questions, vocabulary words in the study guide. So you should read all of that. Reread the summaries at the end of each chapter might help. View the PowerPoints from the lecture, or at least look at the PowerPoints folder, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. And then look at the bullets on the study guide and see how many you can do. You could even prepare notes to help you while you take the exam. That's fine. Why don't I worry about this being open book or open notes? Well, because most of the questions are fairly sophisticated and that they will ask you to apply knowledge. So don't concentrate on memorizing information. Instead, try to understand concepts and how they apply. For example, a typical question might ask, discuss 3 classroom management strategies that flow out of the theory of operant conditioning and how you might use them to improve a student behavior in your classroom. So that, in order to answer that question, you have to understand what the theory is, what the strategies that come out of it are, and how you could apply them in the classroom. So people ask me, is 2 hours enough time? It's more than enough time with one caveat. That is, you must go in prepared. If you don't know what the theory of operant conditioning is and you have to take time to look it up and read it and then try to figure out what strategies you could think of, you're going to run short of time. But if you have your exam study guide prepared, you have done the steps that I suggest here, you should have no trouble finishing the exam early. These are the concepts in the study guide. What I do is I go through each chapter each week and I list the vocabulary words and then some important questions for you to know how to answer. So, for example, in chapter 1, we emphasize why it's important to study educational psychology. What does it mean to teach with intentionality and why is that important? And what is the relationship between theories we study and the strategies we use in the classroom? So that's what I meant when I said you could actually go back and answer these questions and take that with you into the exam, and that would help you tremendously. You can also review the course PowerPoints if you don't feel like listening to all the lectures again. They are located in the course PowerPoints file on the course materials page, right above the discussion board exemplars link. So if you click on that, you'll see all of the course PowerPoints that were used to develop the lectures. And so you could just flip through the slides if you'd like on your own, rather than listening to the videos or watching the videos again. Let's talk about taking the exam. So you'll take the exam next week, and what you need to start to do is to review the concepts in the study guide, read the case study, Rich Thorpe, look at the document, Be the Psychologist, start to fill that out. In the document, you're provided with a table identifying 4 motivational theories. For each theory, write from the perspective of a psychologist using that theory, and use the theory to develop strategies to deal with the situation. Also below the table, this is important to note, there's a short reflection. And so what you're going to need to do there is write about that. So don't forget to do that part. Then, after you've completed your case study and your reflection, You're going to complete the online portion of the exam. Make sure you have a 2-hour block of time in a quiet area. It's got to be taken in one setting. You can't not save your work and come back to it. At some point, you'll be prompted to copy and paste your case study work, the table and the reflection, into an exam window. Make sure you copy all of your work, both parts. That's why you have to do the case study before you do the online exam. You're going to click Submit, and your exam will be submitted. I'll grade them, and you should be able to view your grade along with some feedback once everyone has completed the exam. So it might be a couple of weeks, but I will email everyone to let them know that all exams have been graded, and you should be able to see the feedback. You'll be able to see your correct answers, your incorrect answers, and feedback. That's it. If there are any questions, as usual, feel free to email me. No question is too small. And I do believe that the discussion post for this week requires a question. So start thinking about what your question is, and I'll answer it through the discussion post. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.